I'm Matt Magill, and this is my wife, Megan.
Hi.
I'm from Oklahoma.
And I was born and raised in Tyler, Texas.
We got married in 2001, and 10 days afterwards, we moved to New York City, where we spent the following 8 years.
We really should just be a statistic.
Yeah.
You know, had a summer fling, got married, and lasted a year. You know, after that first year, we were thinking about divorce. And it pains me to even say that, but it wasn't definitely an option at the time. So the fact that we're even sitting here together, able to share these things, is a testament to God's goodness and grace.
I was walking down the street in New York City, and it was starting to get cold out. I had just given up drugs. I had just surrendered to Christ, and He was starting to open my eyes to spiritual things, spiritual matters, spiritual truths. As I walked by, I saw this man on his knees. He had his shirt off, he had his hands in the air, and as I walked by him, he shouted, "Oh Lord, the devil ain't crying." And I said, "Did he say the devil ain't crying?" I said, what an interesting concept. And I would have walked right by thinking that man was crazy.
Yeah.
But at the moment, I thought he was maybe a prophet. There was such truth in that.
The life that you've lived made the enemy pretty happy. He had you right where he wanted you.
I just basically was a selfish guy that was lost in my own happiness. I came to Christ on my knees, really, at the end of my rope. My marriage was falling apart. I was addicted to drugs. I was lost in my own ambitions, following paths that I never thought I would follow, but really in search of wholeness and happiness that was an elusive, futile, search. I was writing this really soft song, and
beautiful.
I am receiving you.
Yeah.
And as I was singing it, a lot of times I'm playing these songs over and over in the apartment, and in the small apartment, in the city, and she can say, "Can you please go in the other room or go in the bedroom and write? Because you've been singing this now for 30 minutes, an hour and a half."
But this particular song, I was so transfixed with the words and the melody that I didn't want him to stop, and in fact, I said, could I take the lead on this song? It seems so personal. In fact, I said, "Are you writing this song for me?"
He said, "That's my story."
Yeah, that's my story. From a young age, I felt the pull of kind of the adoration of the world, and also wanting to serve God. It's really difficult to try to serve two masters, and I tried for a while, and it left me pretty wounded and pretty broken. And so when I met Matt, I was at a low place, spiritually and otherwise. But by God's grace and just by His steady perseverance, He brought me back to Him and redeemed my life, redeemed our marriage.
Yes, you wait so patiently, and you give me the grace to follow you. I am receiving you, same fool I thought she was to see.
If you're a Christian, you have a ministry. And I think that is really the purpose of our ministry, is to encourage people to seek out God's story in their lives. What has He done, and how can you share that to inspire, encourage, and to help others to believe that God is doing something in their life?
So we really try to be honest about who we are. Yes, we walk in freedom because of our relationship with Jesus, but it's still a daily struggle.
I was at a recovery group for addicts, and this guy got up and he said, I want to read a poem by an anonymous author. It says, I'm not what I ought to be, I'm not what I want to be, and I'm not what I'm gonna be, but thank God I'm not what I used to be. I was so moved by that little poem, I put it to music. The whole idea of I'm not what I wanna be, a lot of times I fall short. I'm not what I ought to be, I sure fall short a lot, and I know I'm not what I'm gonna be. We have a future hope.
Amen.
We have a future perfection coming. And I just think just sort of the past, present, and future honesty in that poem just spoke to me on such a deep level.
Praise God, we're not where we used to be.
But we're not where we used to be.
He has delivered us from
He has.
there. Just the two of us living in New York City, it was pretty incredible. But once we had Maggie and started to experience what life was like with another family member, we realized that we needed to be closer to our family, and that Maggie needed to know her grandparents, and they needed to be a part of her life. So it's been an adjustment for us, but we're so thankful that God has taken us to a new place, a new season in our life, living in East Texas now, being surrounded by a lot of our family, another baby on the way. Went from 2 to 4, just overnight it seems.
Chia family.
That makes no sense.
No, you don't know what a chia pet is? You pour water on it and it grows instantly?
Ooh, so instant family.
I ruined that piece. We used full musicians on the albums. Full musicians.
Not half musician.
No. What did I just say?
You are?
Yeah.
Why are you apologizing to Barrett?
I don't know, I thought it might be cute if
Sorry.
I don't really have too much else to say about that. I'm not really. What do you think?
Well, you're one man and 3 girls.
Yes, I'm one man and 3 girls now. I
And you
again,
were
I
one
don't know
of-
how this
Well,
matters.
how
on
about this?
Okay.
You were one of 3 brothers. You only have been around men your whole life.
Okay, but I'm just thinking for this is really not that important.
Okay, what about the fact that I was about to pass out on the subway today, and this sweet man offered me his seat?
Yeah.
And as I was sitting down, I was like, no, it's okay.